Towka Talks episode 7.
Let's get into it. All right. Episode 1, he interviewed me, so today we're going to flip the roles. I'm going to ask him some questions, get some answers, and keep a conversation going. So, Jonathan, I've watched some of the videos on your channel, and I've seen you've had a lot of challenges or things, obstacles in your life. So, what do you think has been the biggest obstacle? And then, how'd you get over it, and what did you learn from it?
It's a great question. I would say probably fear of the unknown. Like most people, or the majority of people, when you pursue something and you have absolutely no idea either what you're getting into or where you're going to necessarily end up, it's always kind of scary because you just have to take that leap of faith eventually. That definitely has been like the biggest obstacle so far in my life, I would say. If I'm just answering your question straight up. There obviously have been different barriers and different points in my life so far too, more specifically, but I would say probably fear of the unknown. That's probably been the biggest obstacle I've had to overcome in my life so far.
So the mysterious aspect.
Yeah.
And now you're about to go into a new chapter with the Air Force.
Type of. It's kind of TBD at this point. Nothing is official. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it just because there's no guarantee. If you didn't know, I was enlisted in the Air Force.
That's unfortunate. All right. You should be quiet enough now.
That's the reality of being a YouTuber, folks. Anyways, 5 years ago, I was enlisted in the Air Force, active duty, and yeah, to pretty much keep a long story short, it wasn't my time for that lifestyle, transitioning into the military life, into what I was getting into career-wise. I was ready physically, mentally, emotionally, but I had baggage that I had been carrying with me for a long time from a very rough childhood, very traumatic. And yeah, I just needed to come back home, work with a counselor, heal from my wounds, forgive people in my life that I had never forgiven before, including myself. And then eventually that door were to reopen, approach it full force, and that's pretty much where I'm currently at. I may have another opportunity at something in the near future, so we'll see.
Gotcha. So you mentioned forgiving people. How do you forgive someone? Or like, how do you have the kindness to forget what they did wrong in the past and let them get over it? Or how do you get over it, first off, and then how do you address them?
It's definitely a work in progress. It's not necessarily easy by any stretch of the imagination. Some people go through horrible things in their life. I would say the most important thing is just to find somebody who you trust and be honest and upfront with them and open up to them, shed light on it, because just leaving it into the darkness and leaving it buried inside of you just digs a deeper pit of self-pity, and you eventually find yourself very angry, very resentful, very depressed and isolated at some points, and you're just not going to be a happy person, whether it's externally or internally. And yeah, it's just not the way to live your life. So being upfront about it and open about it is one thing, and then just truly, whether it's internally or externally, verbally, just saying it is just, forgiving everybody who's hurting you in your life, and just letting go, dropping the baggage, leaving it where you're at, and moving on with your life. That's the number one thing as well. I would advise to anybody.
Gotcha. Well said. So you think reaching out to others instead of letting it deepen you inside is a better way to go?
Yeah, because if you learn to just cope with it and try to hide it internally, or try to find something to fill that void or fill that emptiness inside of you, like drugs, alcohol, sex, pornography, gambling, anything. Addictions, basically. It's just not going to end very well. So it's just not the way to go about things.
Gotcha. People rolling up on us.
We have a lot of people in this area, sir.
Yes, sir.
But you know what? That's okay. So the reality of being a YouTuber, you just got to roll with it and keep moving forward.
All right.
Don't worry about the looks you get. Remember this. Life is not about you. about the people who are watching the videos whose lives need to be inspired,
All right.
saved, and touched.
Let's keep on inspiring.
What happened?
Keep on inspiring.
Bro, you just ruined that moment. That was a great moment I had.
I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Sorry. All right. So,
Moving on.
talking about YouTube, what got you into YouTube? Did you have like an inspiration, a role model, or did you just one day decide I want to inspire others and make workout videos, fitness videos, or did you have like a role model you're trying to follow, or was it like independent?
Yes and no. I've followed a number of YouTubers over the years, and I try to take bits and pieces of certain YouTubers' like content or the way they go about starting things, like their introductions, their transitions, the endings, like all of it. And I pretty much like try to learn what they do that works for them and try to apply it into my own like YouTube journey. No one specifically, I would say. I have a YouTuber in my life and I've known for a little bit who had an impact on me from a fitness standpoint, and I continue to like learn from her own channel and the content she pushes and shares with other people because it helps me in my own journey from a fitness standpoint. But yeah, I pretty much just kind of learn on the go, and I try to get better and better with each video. That's really the only way you can do it, is just put yourself out there and learn from your mistakes. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't worry about what anybody says on here. And yeah, just be the most authentic version of yourself and share your journey, share your strengths with people, and even in some cases share your weaknesses and how you have grown through them or dealt with them. And that you'd be very surprised at what that can do for somebody in their own life. And that's ultimately what it's all about, in my opinion.
Understood. Well said. I've always kind of wondered that, so thanks for answering that.
Thank you, sir.
What's your favorite part of YouTube? Do you have any favorite video or any favorite, I don't know, any favorite type of thing involved with YouTube?
I love inspirational stuff, obviously, but you know, like doing comedy or funny videos as well is always enjoyable, just because it's fun just getting to watch it back. And you know, I don't know, it could be the stupidest type of thing or like the cringiest type of video, but it's a change of pace and change of like tone and setting for me, because I'm a little bit more serious on this thing and there's a little bit more like serious topics, but it kind of just depends on the mood, really. I'm still kind of trying to find my voice and find the niche that I fall into, but I feel like I'm a lot different than I was a year ago, I'll put it that way.
Gotcha.
And, yeah, just continuing to get better, continuing to grow.
Do you feel like YouTube has kind of helped you get out to more people, or even in your real life, make you feel more confident to reach out to another, or have like a social, I don't know, like what's I gonna say? Does it help you be more involved, more confident with others, instead of being like a little shyer? Like has your social life been impacted by YouTube?
Not drastically. I mean, you know, I was a speaker for a long time, so I'm used to speaking in front of audiences, and it, you know, that was no big deal to me. It was just more like, how do I get better? How do I eventually turn this into something that I want to make an income and gain an even bigger following, and you know, continue to, I don't know, grow, treat it more as a business rather than a hobby. Transitioning into that, I would say, is probably one of the hardest parts about this, from a YouTube standpoint, just because I feel like I can be that person, I can do that. Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's a good answer. All right, let's see, what else should I ask you about? Dark Creek Running Company. Before you worked at, was it Luke's Locker, and then Air Force experience before then? Is that right? That right timeline?
The Air Force stuff was in the middle of my career at my former employer, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. What is your favorite part about working at Bear Creek Running Company?
The people, bro.
The people.
I'm getting bit by insects all over the place. Sorry.
But the customer service, you think?
I mean, it's the people that you work with ultimately and work for that can pretty much like, sorry guys, just like bugs all over me. It's the people that you work with and the people that you work for that kind of set the tone and like can affect how you help customers that walk in the door. So like, it's always a rule of thumb. You definitely want to treat your employees better than your customers, because if you treat your employees well, your employees will treat your customers well. It's how it should go, ultimately.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't always happen that way. So, I love the people I work for. I love the people I work with. And, you just continue to help each other, pick each other up when they fall down. Some customers are absolute POSs, and some people are absolutely sweethearts, kind, open-hearted, care about you, treat you like a human being. And, that's the way it should always be. It shouldn't be, you come in as I don't know, Kyle, how would you describe it? We dealt with it today.
I mean, there's definitely a vast variety of personalities here at our work. Even with our employees, everyone's a little bit different. And we treat each customer differently. We don't just have a system we follow. We engage with our customers differently, talk to them about what they're doing or what their goals are. So it's definitely inspirational and motivational to learn what they're up to and help them get shoes or socks or apparel to help them out with their goals. And even workout advice. Like, I know you always connect with people based on the fitness side of things. So have you ever been touched by somebody at our work more than others?
Are you talking like from
customers?
Okay, I was like,
employee with the customer.
You gotta elaborate, bro. Like touch, like physically, like
No.
I mean, like emotionally, spiritually, like
spiritually. Like, have you had a moment with the customer that really shaped like a goal of yours? If that makes any sense.
I mean, I probably regret bringing this up, but I worked with my ex, and we had a moment internally.
Physical touch?
No, we didn't have a physical touch. I knew I was gonna regret this. Okay. I mean, it's just kind of like that look. It's like, there's something there.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then eventually, reconnecting and getting together and, doing that old spiel.
All right, well.
But yeah, that was one of them that stood out in my mind as you asked that.
Oh, man.
Another one probably would be, anybody who's served, obviously in the military, it's always a cool experience to go through and to learn from, because obviously a lot of people have been through a lot of crap and endured a lot. And it's a sacrifice for sure. So always connecting with people who have served or want to serve or are currently serving is always inspirational and touching for me.
Gotcha. Well, that was a very two opposite direction answers.
That's exactly why I answered that, folks.
That was very funny.
That's exactly why I answered it that way.
All right, so you're about you're 32 years old. You've had a good chapter in your life, about a third, hopefully. Get to 100.
Sounds like I'm about to die.
Have you no, you're not about to die.
Ooh, look at that lady run over there.
Have you had changes in like your life goals as you've aged, or like tell me like what were your life goals as a kid versus now?
Well, as a kid, because I went through so many things when I was so young, it was a very different type of childhood. I never met any of my relatives. I never really never went on trips or anything like that, and we were very sheltered. And yeah, it's kind of a long story, so I won't talk too much about it. But it was just very different, and I didn't really have too much of goals per se when I was younger. The goal setting and stuff really started when I was in my 20s, and I've just held on to the same ones over time. So nothing's really changed as far as what I hope to achieve in life.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever have like a dream job as a kid that kind of changed directions now? Like professional athlete or astronaut or anything like that? Professional
athlete for sure. Any kid who grows up playing sports, I would say probably eventually wants to do something like that. But you gotta be realistic with yourself at some point. Mm-hmm. And I just I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
And so TBD.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've tried a lot in the last 5 years, right?
At least that, at least like 5 to 10 years, yeah.
All right, let's see. So you asked me last video, you're like, let's transition from the real things and get into the more funny talk. So, any action with the ladies at the moment?
So, there I was.
Oh, There he was. Let's get our popcorn out, ladies and gentlemen.
No, the guys can relax. The ladies need to get ready.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways,
There you were.
there I was.
Yes. What was the story?
Just thinking about what I want to do with my life and kind of where I want to see myself in about 5 to 10 years. There is a giant hornet that's right across from us, Kyle. As we are making a very...
Should we kill it on camera?
What do you guys think? Comment down below.
We'll keep a watch on it.
Bro. Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
No, it's not. It's not going to be funny when he stings you. Oh, shit. It's pissed. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. All right.
Sorry, guys. Business was taken care of.
Oh, man.
I could see the fear in Jonathan's eyes, so I wanted to take care of it. All right, what were you getting into?
So, all
You
right.
started something. Where you were thinking about what you were gonna do.
What I
with your
wanted to
life.
do in life, and yeah, where I wanted to see myself, like in a relationship, married, kids, career, all that stuff. And yeah, I just really, it's not that I'm not looking or pursuing anyone, it's just that I'm really trying to build like a career and a life around me, so that when a beautiful, God-fearing woman comes into my life, which if she hasn't already, she will, I'm ready to invite her in and go on the journey together. But I feel like because I don't have everything around me yet, it's not the right time. Just like with the military stuff and with everything else in my life, it wasn't the right time. And I'm just still being formed and shaped the man and the leader and the warrior that I need to be there for others. So no one is in my radar at the moment. That doesn't mean, again, that I haven't pursued anyone or trying to, but yeah, I'm just trying to really work on the things that are around me and go from there. Pretty much.
So you recommend getting settled and then having a career built and then having girls into your life versus getting a girl and then trying to find your way?
I mean, it just seems like overall, at least in my opinion, that it works better in the long run. If you have your feet underneath you and you have everything together, you're financially secure, you're financially independent, you can take care of yourself, you can take care of others, and you just have goals and ambitions that you're working towards. I feel like ultimately that's the way to go. At least that's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's a very respectable take.
But Kyle doesn't agree with me.
I mean, there's definitely it's definitely not traditional. I mean, people sometimes have their high school sweetheart, don't know what they're doing with their life, they always stick together. So there's definitely other ways you could look at it, but I agree. I respect your technique, your Riz technique. The Hornet. Oh, it was wobbling around, but I think it's dead. All right, it's good. Did you have any questions for me?
Dude, the
while we're
Hornet
here?
has been resurrected. The Hornet is now alive again.
We're good. It's not flying ever again. Sorry.
Oh,
Let's see. I think that covers all the questions I had in mind. Did you have any questions for me?
Bro, how did I know you were going to end this whole thing with the women and the Riz stuff?
Because you did the same thing to me. So
Dude, no,
right.
I didn't.
All
I
right.
ended it on a positive,
All right,
inspirational
I
standpoint.
will.
I mean, you can talk to whatever about you want. This is your
Yes.
interview, but I'm just like, you know, dude, this car has
All
been
right.
there for like 5-10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just kept looking back, and
Yeah.
they were,
All right.
bro, they were checking us out, guys. I
Give
think they
up.
were more checking Kyle out
No.
because I looked older than them. But
He's got his shirt off. They're checking him out for sure. Not bold enough to take my shirt off.
guys, it's 95 degrees out here. That's the only reason why.
All right. So, what would you say to someone who's 18 years old, about to go into college, figuring out their life? What would be your best piece of advice for them?
Get healthy, get a job, stay out of jail, and pursue something that you really want to in life that will touch other people.
All right. Amazing. Thank you. That was me, guys. Just trying to disguise myself. All right. Well, yeah, you can give any other piece of advice to the viewers and then wrap it up. I'll be sit back and relax.
Is that how we're ending this video?
Yes, sir.
Until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.
Be subscriber 128.
That's a false, whatever you want to call it. We're already at 129.
Sorry.
We may even be at 130.
Let me look. You can cut this clip.
No, we got to keep it going.
All right, we are at 129. Be subscriber 130 if you enjoyed. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.
Bro, that wasp or hornet is still alive. Oh man.